All right, kids, it's time for the best part of service where we get to talk with all our kids in our community and our families. So make sure you're nice and close because I want to show you this thing right here. All right, I brought a little show and tell from my home. This is a giant stump from a tree that was recently cut down in my backyard. This tree was huge. It was like 3 times the height of my house. It's very old. I talked to Bob here at church and he taught me how to figure out how old the tree is. Every ring is 1 year and it's basically about 75 years old. And I'm really sad because they had to cut this tree down. The reason they had to cut it down is because the tree was sick. It was in danger of maybe falling down at some point, so we cut it down just to be safe. But we really love this tree in my family. My kids played underneath it in the shade. My dog would just watch all the squirrels up in it. Obviously it was home to these squirrels and a lot of birds. Friends, I want you to think about some of your favorite trees. Try to think about some big ones, maybe in your own yard, at the park, in your neighborhood somewhere. And I want you to think about all that these trees do, right? Obviously, we know them for shade. If the branches are low enough, we like to go for a good climb. Maybe some of you have tree forts up in the tree. A lot of things that the trees do we know about, right? Even the wood we get from trees to make furniture, to make toys, to make baseball bats. Some of the trees even produce fruit for us to eat, like apples and oranges. There's trees that produce chocolate and different kind of nuts. And then trees also do things we don't even know about. Trees actually provide a lot of the oxygen that we breathe, which is why when you go to places with a lot of trees in the forest, anything like that, the air just seems fresher, just seems more crisp. Trees do a lot. And trees, I like to think of them as being pretty faithful, right? For the most part, they're always there. They're grounded, they're sturdy. It doesn't matter if it's raining, if it's snowing, those trees are there and they're constant. And friends, one of the things that the Bible tells us about God is God's faithfulness. Now, that idea of faithfulness can maybe be hard to understand what that means. And one way I want you to think about it is thinking about God's faithfulness as a big, tall, sturdy tree, right? It doesn't matter if you're playing under a tree, maybe you fall down, maybe you're climbing it, maybe you're bird watching in the trees. That tree's there, providing shade, providing that oxygen. Same thing with God, right? Doesn't matter what we're doing. Maybe we're playing with our brother, sister, our friends. Maybe we're feeling worried about something. Maybe we're really frustrated about something. Maybe we're having the best day. And God is there. God is faithful. God is with us in those feelings and in those experiences. All right, so next time you look at a giant tree, I want you to appreciate that tree, take it in for all it's worth, and then I want you to spend a little time thinking about how God's faithfulness is even bigger than that tree. All right, thanks friends. We'll talk to you next time.